Hi everyone, I wanted to show you today how to sculpt a zombie face to make some prosthetics. I want to make a zombie where he's got all the jaws exposed and the teeth. So first of all I put a piece of clay across the mouth on my life cast and just roughly make some teeth shapes. These are going to be sculpted more later, but these are just to create the basic shape of the teeth. So very rough and ready at the minute. Then, as you can see later on, I've smoothed down all around the edges of the teeth, and then I've used the clay tool, which is a paintbrush, and I've just put lots of lines in to look like flesh that's sort of like gone really tight and it's rotting down, so give the gums some texture. And I'm also sculpting where I've put a gap for a missing tooth. And then I take some thin pieces of clay and lay that all around the edges of the teeth that I've just made and the gums, and this is going to create the effect of the ripped flesh on the cheeks to expose the teeth. And I'm putting some over my nose as well because I basically want it to look like all the skin around my nose and mouth has been torn off. Like I'm a zombie that's like rotting and bits are falling off sort of thing. So here you can see I'm just shaping how I want the torn pieces to look and how big I want them to stick up, and I'm also smoothing down all the edges so they're blended in well, so that they stay stuck together when I do create the mould from this sculpture. Taking off any little bits that look like they're a bit too thick or a bit too neat and tidy, just ripping the edges to make it look all torn. And also I don't want the edges to be too thin because otherwise when I make the mould I might have little bits break off. Here I'm just carving around where my eyes would be because obviously I still want to see when I'm wearing this, and I need to make all the edges nice and smooth so I can get some nice thin edges when I make the prosthetic later on. And obviously I want it so that it fits around my eyes and everything so I can still see. So that's all I'm doing, is just cutting away any little bits of clay that are over where my eyes are on the life cast, because I don't want those, and if I have to trim them off later I'll end up with some edges that are a bit thicker than I want and I won't be able to blend them in so well. Now I'm just building up around the eye just with some thin pieces of clay. I want to create like a sunken in eye effect, so it's just to make it look like my eye socket is starting to show through the skin. So I'm just creating rough shapes of the eye socket and the little bit of bone that sticks out at the side, only slightly. I don't want it showing up too much because I don't want it to look like the bone's completely on the outside. I just want it to look like the bones are starting to show through the skin of my face. And I'm just blending the edges in together and adding any bits of clay that I need if I want it to stick out a bit more. I decided the bottom of the eye socket needed to stick out a little bit more, so I've just added another piece of clay and blended that all together. So it looks like that so far. And then in a bit you'll see me use my clay tool, which is just to create a bit of texture to the skin so it looks like it's quite tight and rotting down and breaking up, because obviously it won't be perfectly smooth, which is also why I haven't smoothed it down. In the next tutorial I'll show you how to make the molds. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.